Hi, today I'm going to make a loose fitting box shorts. Let's make the pattern first. Take the paper here. I grab this material to make my pattern. Measure the length of the shorts. While measuring the length, you have to minus the bail part plus folding part. My total length is 16 inch including folding part. Hip measurement divide by 4 plus 0.5 inch and mine is 11 inch. Cross measurement or underlength measurement. I'm marking my crossed length, which is 10.5 inch. I am marking both sides so that my measurement will be exact. Draw a line. So I'm measuring here my total length from this side. And my total length is 16. I mark it here. So here I'm gonna make a hip measurement. Your hip measurement divide by 4. Total hip measurement and divide by 4. That's what I'm marking here. Draw a line. 2 inch extra from my hip measurement. Draw a line. So this is my 2 inch extra, and now I'm gonna mark 7 centimeter. This is centimeter, not an inch. So here I'm gonna make a curve. So if you have curved scale, that will make easy to make a curved line. But if you don't have any curved scale, you just make a curve by your hand, like I did. While making curves, sometimes it's not perfect, and that's okay. You can make it again and again. So next, I am marking straight line here. After marking straight line, I'm gonna mark at 2 inch inside. This 2 inch is for my folding, and I told already while I am marking my full length, I said like including my folding length. My total length is 16. So do not confuse, this is just a folding line I am marking here. For thigh round, you just have to divide your thigh round by 2 and mark. My thigh round is 11.5 inch, which is a loose measurement. So draw a line. And now for the folding part. So this is my folding part. When it's folding, it has to be exact measurement at the top side. And I am sketching a line here. Well, after this, from this side, you have to mark on 0.5 inch inside, and from this side mark like 7 centimeter, which we already did at the crouch curve line, if you remember. So it's 7 centimeter and draw a line. Well, our front pattern is complete. Now cut your front pattern. Important thing I must say is, if you are making body fitting shorts, add the stitching margin while cutting the pattern. Here I didn't add the stitching margin because I'm making baggy shorts and I already took the extra loose measurement, so in my case that's okay. Now place your front pattern to make a back pattern. Mark it precisely all the parts. I also place small bags and box so that my front pattern stays still. Here I'm marking bottom line. This is folding line, which is 2 inch. I'm moving my box here and there so that it will be easier for me to draw a line. You have to remember that your pattern doesn't move when you are moving the box. This is my crouch line. And this is my curve point. This is the waistline. I have to mark all of them. I'm removing this box so that I can draw a line properly. And this is my hip measurement divided by 4. I have to mark there. Here I'm measuring my front pattern. My crouch length is 10.5. I am marking here at 10.5 inch. That is the exact measurement. And this side also I'm marking at 10.5. And next I am marking my hip measurement. The hip measurement is hip divided by 4. And mark the extra 2 inch like we did in our front pattern. This is the 2 inch extra. From the waist point you have to mark on 2 inch out, 2 inch upward. From the crouch length you have to go 0.5 inch down. And add 2 inch outside. So here you can see 0.5 inch down, and this part there's and 2 inch. So this is 2 inch outside compared to front part. Now draw a straight line to join waist measurement and hip. Again, I placed my front pattern here. So I'm trying to draw a straight line from my waistline. I sketched a line here. Now I'm gonna show you how to make a curve. This is the 7 centimeter we mark upward to make a curve, if you remember from our front pattern. From 7 centimeter to this point, we have to make a curve. I'm making my curve here like this. This is my curve. Now we're gonna make a wrist part. So this is my thigh round. I'm adding 2 inch extra here. So I'm sketching the line here for my folding part. This is my folding part. And this is the total bottom line. So this is the pattern I'm making. We are almost done. Now I'm marking here at 7 centimeter. And here I'm marking 0.5 inch inside. This is 0.5 inch inside. I am sketching a straight line. So this is 0.5 inch inside, and from this line I'm gonna measure my waist round measurement, and my waist round is 10.5 inch. From here I'm marking 10.5 inch. While we are making pattern, you have to measure several times because if your pattern is exact measurement, then your final product will become exact. And I'm making here a straight line. For belt part, I am cutting here straight line. Your total waist length is 10.5, so you have to add 10.5 multiply by 4 because there is a 4 part, or you can do 10.5 multiply by 2 and make a 2 different parts for your belt. And for width, I'm taking 2 inch. 1.5 inch is for my elastic and 0.5 inch as for my stitching part, so it's total 2 inch. And you have to cut it out. When you are cutting your fabric, always take out these edges. I already cut my fabric here, and you can see there is like 2 parts of front shorts and 2 parts of back shorts. And this is my belt. So here you can see I used a zigzag stitch at the side of my shorts. You do the same for my 4 parts. I already did the zigzag stitch here. You can see here. Now take your first 2 part. This is my one and this is next part. So place them properly. And now you have to stitch the crouch part first. So this is where you have to make a stitch. Well, I already stitched this side. You can see here. And it looks like this. You have to do exact same stitch to the back part and front. Here I already did my back part stitch and my front part stitch. I already ironed the side, and you can see here, this is my back part and this is my front, which I ironed them. And now take the front part. This is my front part. Well, at the front part, I'm gonna add a small pocket. For the pocket, you just have to take the side part and your pocket piece, face them together like this. Place them properly. After placing them, you have to mark from the bottom. I am marking at 1.5 inch here. You can mark at 1 inch, 1.5 inch or 2 inch, whichever you prefer. And from there I'm marking at 5 inch. You can mark at 6 inch or 5.5 inch so that your hand fits in your pocket very well. In 5 inch, my hand fits perfectly. So I'm marking at 5 inch for my pocket, and you have to sew it. After I stitch this part, I also close this part, and now I have to make a small cut here. Don't cut your stitching line or don't cut your stitching thread, but you just have to cut inside. And after cutting it, you can fold your pocket like this. Here you can see. So this is the pocket. And take the second pocket part and place your pocket like this properly. And now you have to sew this pocket from this point to all around your pocket till here. So place your pocket like this. And start to stitch from this point. Well, I'm showing you how I'm going to make this stitch, and I'm showing you very slowly. This is how you stitch your pocket. If your pocket parts become like little extra than the other one, you don't have to worry. You just cut them out. You just have to cut it out once you stitch it. While stitching your pocket, make sure that you are going to stitch the front and back part together. Well, this is my pocket. After cutting these edges, you have to make a zigzag stitch all around your pocket. Zigzag stitch locks the side of your pocket, side edges of your pocket. And this is how my pockets look like. Now place your back part. This is my back part. So take your back part and place your back part facing like this. And now I'm going to stitch this part, this side. Place it properly. You have to stitch till here. You don't have to stitch this one, this pocket. You just have to stitch this part and this part. So stitch all together. Well, I stitch this side like this. From back it looks like this, from here to all down. And if you open your part, ta-da, here you go. There you can see the pocket. This is the pocket. This pocket always face at your front part, front side. Here you go. It fits perfectly. You do the same to the next side to make a pocket. After making a pocket, you have to match the center properly like this. I'm matching my center like this, and I'm gonna stitch them all together. Well, you can see I made the stitch here. You can see here I made the stitch. And now I'm gonna fold my bottom part, the 2-inch. Now I have to fold here. This is how I'm gonna fold. Before stitch, I am ironing it so that it will be easy to make. And now I'm going to stitch. Well, I completed my stitching both sides, right side and left side of the bottom, and it looks like this. After the bottom part, I have to add my belt. So this is my belt part. Now take the belt part. I have two parts of belt, like 10.5 plus 10.5, that is 21, and I have two pieces of 21 inch, so total is 42 inch. Take your belt part and place them like this. Now I'm going to stitch all around my belt part. Make sure your pocket is facing toward the front side of your shorts. So here I completed my stitch. Now you can see like this. Now I'm gonna fold my waistband. I'm gonna fold my waistband like this and make a stitch. remember not to stitch this much of space here. This is the opening part I didn't stitch, so that I can insert my elastic for my waistband. I'm gonna insert my elastic and I'll show you. I inserted my elastic for waistband, and now I'm gonna join the elastic here, and this looks like after I joined them. And now I'm gonna make the rest of the stitch. Once I completed my stitch, my waistband is complete. You can see here. If you would like, you have to stretch them, and that's perfect, or you can add extra stitch in between, and your short is complete. Yay!